Recorded Books presents The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Linde. Narrated by Stephanie Németh-Parker. To the girls who fell for the library before the beast. Author's note. It was raining on my favorite day in Ireland. This should surprise no one. It didn't surprise me. I was bundled up in a purple raincoat beside my mom, walking down gray cobblestones from the bell tower of a church to a gilded castle to the ancient library of a school. We'd traveled to Dublin to retrace our Irish roots, and as a first stop to a book signing in Paris. But it quickly dissolved into me taking furious notes in my phone at every new location. Notes that would become the beginning of this book. About the heart of Lawrence O'Toole, which was kept in a locked metal cage and stolen from Christ Church Cathedral. About the soaring library at Trinity College that housed a book so old it belonged behind glass. About Irish fairy trees that were so sacred the roads had to be built around them. It began with a thief, a library, and a monster seeking ancient treasures. But it didn't end there. When I came home, myths, legends, and fairy tales were absorbed at rapid pace. I delved into a realm of magic, where druids walked among us. The turning of the seasons was controlled by primordial beings, and mythical weapons were used in battle. As I wandered the streets of New York City, I knew that I wanted to take this magic and mold, layer, and infuse it into a new kind of story, where the library is always open, and darkness lurks behind every corner. So pull up a chair, sink into the cozy softness. Let the black cat next to you hiss gently. There are hundreds of books, thousands of books, more books than you could ever read. Green ivy growing in the dim light. Now let me spin a tale for you of monsters and magic and little thieves. The Wren in the Holly Library is a tale of monsters, mystery, and romance. However, the story includes elements that may not be suitable for all readers. Combat, violence, sex, drug and alcohol use, sex work, and gang violence are depicted. Abuse, genocide, and colonization are discussed. Readers who may be sensitive to these elements, please take note. Pour yourself a cup of tea and enter the Holly Library. Part 1. The Holly Library. Chapter 1. It's now or never. Kierse crouched low, pressing her back against the stone in the shadows. Across the street was the largest Upper West Side brownstone she had ever seen. Every detail looked original to the Victorian house, from the wrought iron banisters to the holly bushes lining the walk and clinging to upstairs balconies. Even the intricate door knocker and the bronze sconces looked original. Kierse slowed her breathing and crossed through the slushy brown mess that was New York City after a snowfall. Fresh powder was coming down again, and she obscured her footprints before peering through the first-floor window into an enormous shadowed study. Nothing was out of place, as if it were staged. Only a sliver of light bloomed through the crack under the door. Her job was simple: steal a diamond ring, get paid. "Please try to be careful," Ethan's voice said into her earpiece, which attached to the radio at her hip. A cell phone would have been better, but she'd never been able to afford one. A smile hit Kierse's features. "I'm always careful." "Since when?" "Never." She glanced up to Ethan on the neighboring rooftop where her lookout had binoculars trained on her. She gave him a double-finger salute and got to work. She whipped out a set of tools, flicked the lock on the window, and slid it up soundlessly. She'd investigated the non-existent security system on one of her first reconnaissance missions.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?